In this video, we'll explore the planets in our solar system. Let's begin with the Sun. The Sun is over 4.5 billion years old. It started as a cloud of dust and gas. It slowly formed a massive center and got hotter until it became the Sun. The surface of the Sun is 5,505 degrees Celsius. Sometimes gases on the Sun's surface erupt, shooting far out into space. These are called solar flares. The Sun's light reaches the Earth in 8 minutes. This is known as the speed of light. All the planets in the solar system orbit the Sun. Earth takes 365 days to orbit the Sun, which is why 365 days is a year. 74% of the Sun is made from an element called hydrogen. 24% of the Sun is helium. Without the Sun, there would be no life on Earth. It would be too cold for animals to live, and plants need sunlight to create their food. The Sun also causes the seasons, currents in the oceans, weather, and climates. The Sun is the largest object in our solar system. However, its size is average compared to other stars. About 1 million Earths could fit in the Sun. Planet Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun and is only slightly larger than Earth's moon. The planet is visible to the unaided eye and as such has long been known to humans. Even though Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, its surface can still be extremely cold, thanks to its lack of a heat-trapping atmosphere. The temperature during the day can reach a scorching 800 degrees Fahrenheit, but at night, temperatures can plummet as low as minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system. The planet is approximately 3,030 miles in diameter, making it about as wide as the United States. Mercury speeds around the Sun every 88 Earth days, hurtling along at nearly 29 miles per second, faster than any other planet in the solar system. Mercury's orbit is not only very fast but also highly elliptical. The planet gets as close as 29 million miles to the Sun and as far as 42 million miles from the Sun. In 2012, NASA's Messenger spacecraft discovered water ice inside some of Mercury's craters. In 2017, it was confirmed that Mercury has much more ice across its north polar region than previously thought. Being so close to the Sun, you might find it strange that Mercury could harbor any surface ice at all. But the planet has very little axial tilt, meaning that the polar regions receive very little direct sunlight, and some craters remain constantly in the dark. Mercury has no atmosphere to speak of, so its temperatures rise and fall dramatically during the day and night, respectively. Mercury has a huge metallic core approximately 2,200 miles to 2,400 miles wide. The huge core has more iron in it than any other planet in the solar system. Mercury has the thinnest atmosphere of any planet in the solar system. The atmosphere is so thin that scientists have another name for it, an exosphere. Planet Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, and our closest planetary neighbor. Similar in structure and size to Earth, Venus spins slowly in the opposite direction from most planets. Its thick atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, making it the hottest planet in our solar system with surface temperatures hot enough to melt lead. Venus is named for the ancient Roman goddess of love and beauty, who was known as Aphrodite to the ancient Greeks. From Earth, Venus is the brightest object in the night sky after our own moon. In terms of size, Venus is like a twin of the Earth. Its radius is 6,025 kilometers, which is about 95% of Earth's radius. Gravity on Venus is about 90% of Earth's force of gravity. That means that you'd weigh 10% less. On Venus, one full rotation is 243 days compared to Earth's 24-hour rotation, but its orbital period is 224.7 days. So this means that a Venusian day is longer than its year. Venus and Mercury are the only two planets in our solar system without moons. Venus has volcanoes, but not too many. Its craters show signs of flooding of lava. For example, Mont Mons volcano is 8 kilometers high. There is very little possibility that Venus could harbor life. This is primarily because it doesn't have liquid water and its close proximity to the Sun. Planet Earth. Earth is often referred to as the blue marble because of its predominantly blue appearance from space, caused by the vast oceans covering approximately 71% of its surface. Earth is the only known planet in the universe to support life. Its unique combination of atmosphere, water, and moderate temperatures make it possible for life to thrive. Earth's atmosphere is composed primarily of nitrogen, about 78%, and oxygen, about 21%, with trace amounts of other gases. This oxygen-rich atmosphere is crucial for supporting life as we know it. Earth hosts an incredibly diverse range of ecosystems, including rainforests, deserts, grasslands, tundras, and coral reefs, among others. Each of these ecosystems supports a unique array of plant and animal species. The Moon is Earth's only natural satellite. It plays a crucial role in stabilizing its axial tilt and creating tidal movements in the oceans. Earth's oceans are home to vast and largely unexplored depths. The deepest known part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench in the western Pacific Ocean, reaches depths of over 36,000 feet. Life exists not only on Earth's surface but also deep underground. Microorganisms known as extremophiles thrive in harsh conditions such as high temperatures, pressure, and acidity found deep within the Earth's crust. Earth has a magnetic field, generated by its iron-nickel core, which extends into space and forms a protective shield known as the magnetosphere. This shield helps deflect harmful solar winds and cosmic rays, protecting life on Earth. Planet Mars. Mars is also known as the Red Planet. This is because Mars is covered in soil, rock, and dust made from iron oxide, which gives the surface a red rusty color. The planet is named after the Roman god of war. Mars has two moons called Deimos and Phobos. They are named after the two horses that pull the Roman god of war. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun. It is 141 million miles away from the Sun. It would take 300 days to get there from Earth. Mars is smaller than Earth with a diameter of 4,217 miles. This makes it the second smallest planet in our solar system. A day on Mars lasts 24 hours and 37 minutes. 1 year on Mars is 687 days long. That's 1.9 Earth years. This is because Mars is further away from the Sun, so it takes longer to orbit it. The tilt on the axis of Mars is 25 degrees, which means that the planet experiences seasons like we do on Earth, as different parts of the planet are closer to the Sun at different times of its orbit. Mars has a thin atmosphere made from 95.9% carbon dioxide and 2.7% nitrogen. The atmosphere is so thin that it's not thick enough to trap the Sun's heat, so it is very cold, ranging from -100 degrees Celsius in winter to 20 degrees Celsius in summer. Gravity on Mars is 37% less than on Earth. This means that on Mars you could jump 3 times higher than on Earth. Mars is a terrestrial planet because it has a hard and rocky surface. Its northern side is full of flat plains and the southern side has ridges and craters. Mars' surface has many channels, plains, and canyons which could have been caused by water erosion. This could be evidence that open water in liquid form once existed on the surface billions of years ago. Mars experiences violent dust storms powered by the Sun which can last for months. The dust storms can completely cover the planet and continually change Mars' surface. Mars is home to Olympus Mons, a dormant volcano and the largest volcano and highest mountain in our solar system. It is 16 miles high and 600 kilometers across the base, making it 3 times the height of Mount Everest. The biggest crater on Mars is Borealis Basin. It is 5,300 miles from end to end and covers 40% of the planet's surface. Mars has the largest canyon in our solar system, Valles Marineris. It is 4 miles deep and stretches thousands of miles long. As it's so close to Earth, Mars is the planet that humans will most likely step foot on and explore first. There is no evidence of life on Mars. However, it is the planet with the best conditions to support life, and scientists believe there is potential for life under the surface of Mars because they recently found water ice just under the surface. Planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the Sun in our solar system. It is also the most massive and has more moons than any other planet. The mass of Jupiter is 318 times as massive as the Earth. In fact, Jupiter is 2.5 times more massive than all of the other planets in the solar system combined. This planet is rich in hydrogen and helium. Jupiter has a rotational velocity of 28,148 miles per hour. The planet only takes about 10 hours to complete a full rotation on its axis. And because it's spinning so rapidly, the planet has flattened out at the poles a little and is bulging at its equator. The clouds on Jupiter are only 50 kilometers thick. They're made of ammonia crystals broken up into 2 different cloud decks. The Great Red Spot on Jupiter is one of its most familiar features. This persistent anticyclonic storm, which is located south of its equator, measures between 24,000 kilometers in diameter and 12 to 14,000 kilometers in height. It is large enough to contain 2 or 3 planets the size of Earth's diameter. And the spot has been around for at least 350 years, since it was spotted as far back as the 17th century. The Great Red Spot was first identified in 1665 by Italian astronomer Giovanni Cassini. By the 20th century, astronomers began to theorize that it was a storm, one which was created by Jupiter's turbulent and fast-moving atmosphere. Jupiter has 95 moons that have been officially recognized by the International Astronomical Union. It also has 4 major moons, which are collectively known as the Galilean moons, after being discovered by Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei. These are, in order of size, Ganymede, Callisto, Io, and Europa. These moons are some of the largest in the solar system, with Ganymede being the largest, measuring 5,262 kilometers in diameter. Planet Saturn. It's the 6th planet from the Sun in our solar system and the second biggest in terms of mass and size. Saturn is best known for its magnificent ring system, which consists of 7 main rings and several fainter rings. These rings are primarily made of ice particles, with some rocky debris and dust mixed in. Despite its enormous size, Saturn is remarkably light for its volume. Its average density is less than that of water, which means if you had a bathtub big enough to hold Saturn, it would float. Saturn takes approximately 29.5 Earth years to make one solar revolution. The Italian astronomer Galileo was the first to observe Saturn with a telescope in 1610. Both Saturn and Jupiter resemble stars in that their bulk chemical composition is dominated by hydrogen. As of June 2023, Saturn has 146 moons in its orbit. The moons range in size from larger than the planet Mercury to as small as a sports arena. Saturn's moon Titan is distinguished from all other moons in the solar system by the presence of a significant atmosphere, one that is denser than that of any of the terrestrial planets except Venus. Saturn's atmosphere is dynamic and active, with powerful storms and turbulent weather patterns. The most notable feature is the Great White Spot, a giant storm system that appears roughly every 30 Earth years and can persist for months. Saturn's atmosphere is composed mostly of molecular hydrogen and helium. Planet Uranus. Uranus is the 7th planet from the Sun and was the first planet discovered with the use of a telescope. It was discovered by the British astronomer William Herschel in 1781. Uranus is a very cold and windy world. The ice giant is surrounded by 13 faint rings. Uranus rotates at a nearly 90-degree angle from the plane of its orbit. This unique tilt makes Uranus appear to spin sideways, orbiting the Sun like a rolling ball. With a radius of 15,759.2 miles, Uranus is 4 times wider than Earth. If Earth was the size of a nickel, Uranus would be about as big as a softball. One day on Uranus takes about 17 hours. This is the amount of time it takes Uranus to rotate or spin once around its axis. Uranus makes a complete orbit around the Sun in about 84 Earth years. Uranus has 27 known moons. The 5 largest moons are Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Oberon, and Titania. The rings of Uranus were discovered in 1977. The rings are dark and narrow, consisting mainly of dust and small rocky particles. Uranus experiences some of the most extreme weather patterns in the solar system, with wind speeds reaching up to 560 miles per hour in its atmosphere. Uranus gets its blue-green color from methane gas in the atmosphere. As an ice giant, Uranus doesn't have a true surface. The planet is mostly swirling fluids. While a spacecraft would have nowhere to land on Uranus, it wouldn't be able to fly through its atmosphere unscathed either. The extreme pressures and temperatures would destroy a metal spacecraft. Planet Neptune. Neptune is the 8th and farthest known planet from the Sun in the solar system. It was discovered by German astronomer Johann Galle and his assistant Heinrich de Rest on 1846. Neptune is classified as an ice giant planet, similar to Uranus. It consists primarily of hydrogen, helium, and ices such as water, ammonia, and methane in its atmosphere. It has a diameter of about 30,598 miles, making it the 4th largest planet by diameter and the 3rd largest by mass in the solar system. The atmosphere of Neptune is primarily composed of hydrogen and helium, with traces of methane that give it a vivid blue color. The presence of methane in the upper atmosphere absorbs red light, giving Neptune its distinct blue hue. Similar to Jupiter's Great Red Spot, Neptune has a large, dark storm system known as the Great Dark Spot. This feature was observed by the Voyager 2 spacecraft during its flyby in 1989. Neptune has the fastest winds in the solar system, with wind speeds reaching up to 1,200 miles per hour. These high-speed winds are attributed to the planet's dynamic atmosphere. The planet has 14 known moons, the largest of which is Triton. Triton is unusual because it orbits Neptune in a retrograde direction, meaning it orbits in the opposite direction of Neptune's rotation. Triton is also one of the coldest objects in the solar system. Like Uranus, Neptune also has a faint ring system. The rings are primarily composed of dust particles and ice chunks, and they were first discovered in 1984. A year on Neptune is approximately 165 Earth years. However, a day on Neptune is about 16 hours and 6 minutes due to its rapid rotation. Neptune experiences extreme weather patterns, including massive storms and high-speed winds in its turbulent atmosphere. Its dynamic weather systems make it one of the most intriguing planets in the solar system. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Check our channel for more informative videos.